Good morning, Yankee fans. How's everybody doing today? Good morning. I'm a beautiful Sunday morning in New York City, and that means Yankee baseball today at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can catch all of the action on the Ugly Truth channel at 1:30. And then you come back here for a post-game show at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. post-game. And we'll chat and we'll go over the game. We'll do a lot of different things on the post-game show. So please write that down, 6 p.m. Later today for the post-game. But right now, we are going to go to the late scoreboard in case anybody missed it from yesterday. And here we go. The Braves beat the Marlins 7-1. The Nationals beat the Giants 4-2. The Angels beat the Tigers 7-4. Cincinnati over Pittsburgh 2-1. The Athletics all over the Orioles 11-3. The Guardians beat the White Sox 3-1. The Royals beat the Twins 2-0. The Brewers beat the Mets 7-4. The Phillies beat Texas 3-2. The Atlanta Braves beat the Marlins 8-6. The Cubs 9-1 over the Cardinals. The Diamondbacks came back and beat the Rockies 6-5. In final and 10, the Padres beat the Red Sox 5-4. The Dodgers beat the Blue Jays 9-1. Good news for Yankee fans. And the Mariners beat the Rays 7-4. So that was your scoreboard for yesterday. As we all know, today the Yankees have the final of the 3 games against the Astros. And what better pitcher to have out there than Max Fried, who's 12-4 with a 2.78 ERA, against Jay Alexander's 2-1 with almost a 6 ERA. So that is your scoreboard. That is what's going on. Now, as far as our show here, first of all, everyone, as I always say, please subscribe to the channel. Anybody that hasn't subscribed, please come and subscribe. There's still 22% of you guys that are listening all the time and have not subscribed yet. Like I've been saying, it takes a second. Just go there, subscribe, and then you can watch it any which way you want. I really appreciate it. As you know, we are getting closer to our big show, which will be with Lindsay Berra, the sports journalist and board member at the Yogi Berra Foundation. She happens to be the granddaughter of Yogi Berra, and she joins us live on NY Mania for a very special broadcast at 4:30 p.m. on August 13th. So that is going to be a happening, and we're real happy about that. So, and then the very next day, we're going to have Caterina Michio, a famous actress, a film director, and also a major artist. So there is a lot of shows, a lot of things that's going to be going on NY Yankee Mania. You guys make it happen, and that's why I need for you guys to go and subscribe. I really appreciate it. If you have done it, and you know Yankee fans and all kinds of baseball fans, please let them know and have them subscribe. It would mean the world to us. Waiting in the wings is our morning guy, who after assignment yesterday is back with us. And you all know him as Evan from the chat. And we're going to bring up Evan. How you doing? Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Joe. Hey, everyone else.
How's it going?
Everything's good now. Everything's good. Crazy day yesterday. Yeah.
Okay, but everything is cool now, and you're back to saying that the Yankees are going to start winning, right?
Yes, Yankees will win.
All right. Well, did you get to see some of the game with your busy day yesterday? And tell us a little bit about what you saw.
Yeah, I actually got to watch the whole game yesterday. So I thought it was a fun game, starting out with the Old Timers Day. I thought it was cool seeing some of the former players like Jorge Posada and Bernie Williams, Joe Torre. So that was cool. The game, Yeah, I thought Luis Gil looked good yesterday. Gave us about 5 innings, so that was good. And the offense looked fine. Stanton in the outfield, I thought he looked okay. He misplayed a ball off the wall, but overall he looked okay. And the bat, we need that bat in the lineup every day because when he's hitting rockets, it only helps the team out even more. So we got guys on base. We actually scored with runners in scoring position. Everything looked pretty well yesterday, and Grisham hit the big home run, so put us over the top. So it was a fun win.
Yeah, the one negative of yesterday was what happened to Mariano Rivera.
Yeah,
He was only looking to have a good time, and he tears his Achilles heel, and he's going to have surgery sometime this week. That's the first time I think I ever heard an old timer. Oh my God! I'll tell you, I think that summarizes the Yankee year so far as being crazy and not exactly on their side. Maybe the Yankees needed something like that, get a little inspiration and go out there and start winning 4, 5, 8 games in a row. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I want to say hello to a few people in the chat there. Lou, good morning. Miguel, how you doing? Charles, of course, how you doing? Sean Browning, what's going on with you? I hope your schedule's getting lighter. Come back to us. Let's see. Who else? Okay, in the chat on email is the usual suspects. Anna, how you doing? Good morning. Teresa, how's your eyes and how's everything going with that? Francesco, how's it going? Greg, how are you? Lisa, how you doing? Hope everybody's having a great day today. Thank you so much for coming on and giving us a little shout out in the morning of a beautiful Sunday morning, at least in New York City. So thank you guys. And let's see, FJ, how you doing? I wouldn't forget you. How's it going? Let's see a few more up here. Grog, how are you? And Just Mix is in the house. So how's everybody today, everyone? And did anybody get to see any other night baseball last night? There was like a little bit of good news with the Red Sox losing, the Blue Jays losing, but the Mariners stayed hot. But you know what? If the Yankees win, we don't care what the other teams are doing. This is why we need 4 or 5 straight wins, right? Right, Evan?
yeah, right. It was good that the Red Sox lost, but at the end of the day, we have to go on our winning streak, and eventually, that's how things are going to turn around. We have to string multiple wins together, or else we're not going to get anywhere. So everything
Yeah.
will balance out in the end, as long as we win, and that's all that matters.
We also have a little programming note, everyone, which I'm kind of excited about. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. On Wednesday, after our interview, we're going to be doing right here the play-by-play of the Yankees game that day. And Ken the Ugly Truth, because on Wednesdays he's on assignment. So he's been gracious enough to ask us to do it. And we're going to have a different voice. I'm going to have a different voice with me on that day. And Evan, why don't you tell everybody about it? Go ahead.
Sure. So this was my idea, guys. Next Wednesday, I will be doing the play-by-play of the Yankees game against the Twins right here on NY Yankee Mania. Joe will be my commentator. I'll be the analyst, or I'll be the commentator. Joe will be the analyst, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's something that I've done in my head a couple of times while watching every game, and I'm really excited to bring the passion, bring my energy, and we can watch the game with real time, real TV, real results, and I'm really excited to see how it goes. And I'm excited to see how all of you in the chat react as well.
During that stream, probably towards the end, Ken from The Ugly Truth will come in and give his opinion on the game and all, and help us out too. So it's something we're really looking forward to. And I believe, Evan, you were saying something about some other broadcasts that you may give a lot of joy to some of these fans out here. Tell us about that too.
another one.
Well,
I
that
don't know.
you're possibly going to be doing basketball and
Oh,
football or whatever.
yeah. So as we go into the off season for baseball, I think it would be fun to expand into doing broadcasting stuff for some of the other sports like basketball and football. Whatever you guys are into, if you guys would like to tell us what your ideas are, that would be great. And we can do play by plays. We can do um, recaps. We can do different stuff on a lot of those things. So I think that would be a lot of fun. And I'm really looking forward to what this channel could be going into the winter time.
Yeah, and if you guys have a preference, what game you would like to hear or see about, let us know. If we can get it done, we'll definitely get it done for you. So not only we're going to be doing that, but we're going to be having hockey analysts. We're going to be having basketball, hockey. We're going to do a little wrestling, of course. So there's going to be a lot of things going on after the Yankees win the World Series, we hope. And the show must go on, guys. The show must go on. So a lot of exciting news, but we'll keep you abreast. We will put a short and some writing on NY Yankee Mania, because this is a really exciting week for the show with the two huge guests and us doing the play-by-play and Evan making his debut basically as far as play-by-play. So there's a lot of stuff going on, but we need you, the fans, to back us up. We need you to subscribe, as I've been saying, and the fans that are 22% listening and watching and giving us rah-rah. Come in and subscribe. It's real important. And remember, when we get to 500 subscriptions, $100 winner to somebody lucky in the chat. All you got to do is answer a trivia question. You get it right, you get a nice $100 within seconds, because I'm going to put it either in your Venmo or Zelle to make it as easy and fun as possible. You don't have to wait for weeks. You don't have to wait for anything. You win that, and within minutes of the show ending, that will get done for you, and you could spend it any which way you want. So looking forward to that. Let's get to that 500 subs, guys. I really appreciate it, because I know the fun things will come into that. Super chats and rah-rahing the show. So there's a lot going on in just a short period of time. And we're booking guests. We're booking to do games. We're doing so much for you guys. And all we ask for is a very, very free, just sub to the channel. And we're all doing our part. And as you know, as you remember, each and every one of you are very, very special to me. And I know I have my own list of everybody that started with us in NY Yankee Mania. And you will never, never, never be forgotten. And you'll always have the upper echelons of being a big member of NY Yankee Mania. So enough about the chatting. You know what you guys have to do, need to do for us, and all the wonderful things you've been saying about the show. Please send that out. Send that out to your friends, your family, whoever likes the Yankees, whoever likes baseball, people that love football or basketball or hockey. Let them know. I really, really appreciate it. And anybody wants $100 bill? Well, help us out. Thank you so much. All right. As far as so looking at the standings now, Evan. So not really much change, but the Yankees did gain a game on Toronto. They did gain a game on the Red Sox.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't moved the needle that much, but at least. Let's see here. So we got the Red Sox up by 2.5 in the wild card. The Mariners, the same thing. They have the same lead, the same record. The Yankees are 2 games out in the loss column, and they're only a half a game ahead of Cleveland, and Texas is only 2.5 games out. So What are your thoughts on that? And what do you see happening with the Red Sox, the Mariners? Um, do you think they could sustain what they're doing right now, or do you think that the Yankees could pounce on them in a little while? What do you think? Good morning, Jacob Petruzzi.
Um, yeah, it seems like right now the Mariners and the Red Sox they don't lose, especially the Mariners. But I feel like we can catch up to them. I think it would be harder to catch up to the Red Sox. The Red Sox have a young team, a good manager, better pitching than they did before. So I think it's just hard for us to beat them anyway. So unless we can, I think we play them again two more times before the season ends. But before, if if we can win a couple of games and they can lose, then that would be great. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the head-to-head against them. So we're going to have to win the majority of those games against the Red Sox. The Mariners, we don't play them again for the rest of the season, but I think with their pitching staff and with their offense now getting better, I think it would be harder to capitalize on what they're doing. And I really hope I can see a way where the Yankees can make it to at least the second wild card. But it's going to take some work, and we're going to have to go on a winning streak. And as far as the Guardians go, the Guardians haven't played really well this year, but again, they're making a push right now, and it's all about what you do from now on forward. So, and they have a pretty easy schedule the rest of the way, so they're only a half a game back. So I think we should definitely be worried about them, and I think we are above them in head to head.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good at least. But yeah, I mean, we just have to play well and hope that the results at the end of the day go in our favor.
Okay, let's do a little in the chat. Grog says, "Yeah, no, I can't call it. It looks like a tight battle here on out." Yes, it does, Grog. It definitely, without a doubt, looks like that it's going to be a dogfight all the way. But as long as the Yankees do their part. Good morning, Nathan. How you doing? As long as the Yankees do their part, then we don't have a problem. We don't have to worry about it. We have to go head to head. We got to try to win some games that the Mariners lose and gain. You know, we have no breathing room. We need at least a 3-game breathing room. Hey, Richard, welcome back to the Stream Score. How are you? How's it going? How's everybody today in the chat? Thanks for coming on, everyone. We really appreciate it. So looking at today's game, guys, the momentum, I would love to see just about the same type of lineup, but unfortunately today you're probably not going to have a Giancarlo Stanton in unless the pitcher's a lefty, and I believe he's a righty. I don't. FG, how are you? Good morning. So I don't think that Giancarlo's going to be in, and that's a real shame. Because it's a different mojo of the team when this guy's playing, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree. The lineup just becomes way deeper, and it's harder for the pitcher to navigate, definitely.
Yes. Jake, I'm seeing a lot of people wanting the Blue Jays to lose. My thing is very unlikely that the Yankees are going to win the division. I would focus more on the Red Sox and the Mariners. I agree with you, Jake. We can't concentrate, and I'm sure Evan knows this too and feels it. We can't concentrate on the Blue Jays. We've got to fend off the roaring Mariners, the Red Sox, and even Cleveland. I mean, that's a big task. You're talking about 3 teams. So you got that. That's why the Yankees have to take care of their own business. You know, right now, the way the Yankees are playing, we don't really have a right to look behind us. We've got to look at the game in hand, and that's what it's all about. You come back and win 5 in a row, and then we could look back and see, oh wow, you know, Cleveland, they're staying right with us. The Mariners are staying right with us. You got to be in one of those 3 spots. Don't worry about the Blue Jays right now. If we gain a game, good. But you see, now they gained a game on them yesterday, the Red Sox and that, but we did nothing behind us. That's why the Yankees need to have a winning streak. Where is that winning streak? And right now, 5 would be great. but I'm looking at 7 or 8. I want 7 or 8. There is no reason why they couldn't do that. If they squeak by today, that's 2. You got Minnesota, that could be 5 right there. And I guarantee you, I don't think we'll be looking at a half a game ahead. I bet you it will be like 2, at least 2. At least get a little breathing room. Because right now you can't breathe. And that's concerning. But again, you can't look at every team. You've got to play as Mariano Duncan said. We played today, we win today, that's it. That's what he said. And it was great in 1996. It really was. Back to the stream. When Judge and Stan are both in the lineup, we have a real good, strong lineup. You're right. And you know what? If Boone was smart, he'd do it again today. The only thing is, if it's a righty, you're not playing Dominguez again. How do we feel about that? I know there's a lot of people on this chat that would like to see Dominguez traded. And I say absolutely not. No way, no how. You're not going to trade Dominguez. It makes no sense. He's 22 years old. He's got wheels. He steals bases. When he hits the ball, it's going to go a long way, and I wouldn't do that. No, that's it. Hey, Joseph, how you doing? So let's bring up Joseph's. Big G looked okay in right field yesterday. Hope to see that continue. Yeah, and he wasn't bad with that throw. A little bit more. I mean, you can't fault him. That was right on target. That was a beautiful throw home. The guy just happened to beat it. You can't help that. Let's see, Charles. Hopefully the winning streak starts today. Well, we are in a winning streak.
Continues.
Right? We're on a winning streak. We are 1 in a row. One is better than losing. Guys. So we're excited. We're happy, and we got to do a little bit more. We've got to do a little bit more. Programming note, everyone. Remember, no pregame today. We will give you the lineups in NY Yankee Mania. The minute we get it, we were going to post it on there. Of course, any transaction news and all, we will also put it on it. But you're going to go to Ken the Ugly Truth's channel to listen to the game, watch the game with Ken, as he does a great job. And then from there, we're going to come back at NY Yankee Mania at 6 p.m. So you'll be able to have your dinner, have a little time with the family after the Yankees win their game, and you're going to come back to us, and we're going to enjoy a really nice post game. Really, really nice table, and we will discuss the 3-game series against the Minnesota Twins. So there's a lot to take care of today. Score, let's see what you have to say. At least one New York baseball team is winning. Well, I wouldn't say that yet, but one game is better than losing. Yeah, Evan, I caught a lot of the Met game yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on with that team. I am very, very surprised. And I know some in the chat are waiting for Ben to come back because they really want to ask his opinion, because as he left, he was very confident that the Mets were going to really steamroll all of these teams, and they are ready for him. And go easy on him, okay? He's a good host. But no, where is he? And he's so confident on those Met trades, and so confident, and they're doing worse than the Yankees are right now. So I'm even afraid to bring him back on. You may cream him a little bit. I don't want that. And when he does, and he will be coming on soon, guys. He is on vacation. But when he does come on, go a little easy on the guy. I mean, who knows what the Mets are going to be doing by the time he comes back on. Miguel, welcome back to the show. Lou, how you doing? the Red Sox had just swept the Astros. The Red Sox have been on a roll, Lou. They really have. And missing in action, who's finally back after a crazy, crazy work schedule, is Sean Browning. How you doing, Sean? How's it going, man?
What's up, Sean?
I'm doing all right.
I think the last time I saw you was 2024. How's it going?
I don't know. It's going fine. It's just, you know how it is. Sometimes at work, things happen. You go down, man. You got to cover down. So, yeah.
All right. Well, your impressions on, it was a nice Yankee win. Moving forward, what are your thoughts, and what are your thoughts about today's game?
Oh, well. Thoughts on the game. I like that Boone is sticking with Bednar as our closer.
Yeah.
You know, and Duvall, I think Duvall's he'll figure it out. Right. You know, I'm giving him a curve, you know, with adjusting. Mm-hmm. And no, and then the lineup, we just got to. I mean, Framber Valdez is a great pitcher, but we got to him. We probably should have capitalized more on other opportunities.
Right.
But
great.
I mean, I'm glad that we got to him. That you know, and then we just kept going. And you know, but yeah, I mean, the team, we just got to keep playing our game and our lineup. I would love to see more consistency, but and then like I said earlier in the chat, we need to have Judge and Stanton in that lineup, because then that just that strengthens the lineup so much, and then it gives us a greater chance to win, because all you got to do is have Bellinger and a couple other guys to help protect those two Titans, mm-hmm. and it lengthens that lineup.
Yep. Did you like seeing Giancarlo in right field?
Yeah. For the little bit I got, I mean, he's played the outfield. I know he can barely run anymore, but you know, he still has an arm and he still has a reputation. And like you said, he came real close to throwing out that one runner, and that one runner was probably like,
yeah, no question about it. No question about it. But yeah, so again, hey, Evan, do you agree that you'd like to see Giancarlo in that lineup every day, no matter what, until Judge can go to right field?
Yeah, definitely for now. I mean, I think it benefits the team tremendously. We definitely need to have him in the lineup. It's going to be hard some days because Judge still can't play the outfield a lot and he has to DH, but I think it depends on the pitching matchup too. Like yesterday was a perfect situation for Stanton to be in the lineup, and I agree, but for now, he should be there.
Yeah, and then you can always do late inning substitution with either Dominguez or Rosario,
mm-hmm.
to sub in for G, and then you move it over. But I mean, if you have G in the thing, and with Grisham and Bellinger and center and left field, that covers for the lack of range that Big G can do with his legs. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. No, your center fielder has to be on alert. When he's got to be on alert no matter what. But
right.
As we know, the center fielder, when Stanton is in there, no matter who it is got to be on the alert and get ready to run his kanukas off, as we say. But Bill, good morning. How you doing? I wanted to address one thing. People, I love you. I love what you talk on the chat and everything. But when you're asking about other creators, number one, I would never make a statement about another creator, what I think they're going to say. So please don't put me or the show in a position like that. And I understand it, no disrespect, but if you want to know what they're doing, when they're on, you should ask them. I will never ever go into somebody's head or something. I appreciate the question, the statement, but that is not really my concern. My concern is to what we're thinking about, what we're looking at. So if I don't answer your comment, that's the only reason why I'm saying it. Not upset by any means, but I can't answer for somebody else. That's like going into Hal Steinbrenner's head and speaking for him. We would never do that. We could talk about it and whatever as far as what we think he's thinking. But another creator, that's not fair. That right. You need to ask them directly, and I appreciate that. But I just wanted to address it because I don't want you to think I don't want to answer your comment. So I appreciate that. And Real Bill, thank you for your statement on that. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Let's go to Richard. Joe, you are living in the past. Hitting coaches today to contribute very little to players that have been in the major leagues more than 2 years. Either you can hit or you can't hit. Yeah, we know that. We understand that. Go ahead, Sean.
Well, no, and to the point though, hitting coaches are different in this league nowadays. I mean, Judge has his own personal hitting coach that he does in the off season. And other players do that. And then there's managers, and a lot of it, analytics gets involved. But the problem is, you can have all the information there, but you got to be able to communicate it to the players. And some hitting coaches, like we saw with Lawson, and then we had Casey in 2023, that 2 half seasons. One, he was a college guy, analytics guy, whatever. And, the young guys were feeding him. But the veterans were like, hey, we know what we're right? But then when Sean Casey came on, he was an MLB guy, 300 career batting average with the Reds. When Sean Casey came along, he was helping everybody, and everybody was improving. But he really helped some of the veterans like DJ LeMay, who resurged themselves for that end of the season.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Do I agree? Do we all agree that we want to change in the batting coach? I would definitely say yes. I'm sorry. I mean, Ralston's a nice guy and everything, but I really don't think, he's for this team right now. We do need a different sounding board. Evan, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I agree with what Sean said about Sean Casey, Dylan Lawson. I didn't like Dylan Lawson. I think his motto was hit strikes hard, which is 100% analytics talking, so I didn't like that. But Sean Casey was a guy who you could rely on. He didn't just look at the analytics. He was an old school guy too. Great hitter back in the day. But as far as James Ralston goes, I don't think it really matters who the hitting coach is of this team. I mean, we already know we have Pat Rossler too, so he has to be making an impact in some way. But I don't think the hitting coaches matter as much as some people think. But I think it's more of the organization and the front office. So I don't think firing hitting coaches will do much unless we change the front office.
Yeah, no, right. You're right. You're 100% right. And welcome to the stream, JJC 2828. Okay, so I understand you're saying fire Boone. There's like 45 games left. Do you really think another manager, by the time he gets situated, by the time everything is back in order, we'll have like 11, 12 games left. It doesn't make any sense. And if the Yankees are managing through being analyzed with with all of that, it's not going to change. Only the name is going to change. I mean, right now you could put Sean Browning as the manager, but if they tell you that okay, Sean, you're the new manager of the Yankees, but you're going to go through this, and 99%, if something goes wrong, you're going to have to answer to us. So go with the script. Then what? Then what? And you're going to have a manager sitting at home making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I just don't think that'll happen.
Here's the thing. It's not going to get fired the rest of the season. Will he in the offseason? We'll have to see. I know Hal extended him a couple years, but it's up to Hal what he wants to do during the offseason. But, the problem, too, is the players not playing. When the players are underperforming across the board and struggling and making stupid mental miscues and other plays, it makes the manager look real bad. It's kind of like when we're at work, what we do reflects our managers or reflects our the boss, right? And when the bottom line is off, guess what's gonna happen?
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yep.
And yeah, I mean that's just the whole thing with Boone. I mean, would I like to see a new manager? Yeah, but the problem too is you got to go again to the front office and how they're telling. We don't know how they're directing Boone to, hey, we want you to go this way, or we want you to rely on analytics. I mean, it's hard to say, because I mean, imagine if Lou Piniella decided he wanted to be a manager again, and the front office was like, well, we're relying on analytics. He's gonna be like, I had no thanks.
Yeah, of course, that's the problem. That's a very, very big problem. Evan, do you agree about that?
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's only going to limit the amount of candidates that you're going to have if the front office is going to have full say anyway. Managers want to do it their own way, and it's proven in the past that when managers do it their own way, they don't totally rely on analytics. They go on to have success. But with the Yankees, it's just they use analytics.
People are saying in the chat, Boone's a puppet. Anybody's a puppet for a Yankee manager. Why do you think other names? If the Yankees have an opening for a manager right now, do you really think people are going to be running for it? I'm telling you guys, no. It's not going to be easy. And then the Yankees are going to pick somebody to go in there because they need a manager. Right now, the way things are going, would you want to go into that fray? That they're so close to not making the playoffs. They're so close from maybe making one of the wild cards. I mean, think about it. Would you put yourself in that position with 45 games left?
No.
Right, exactly. I mean, more power to you if you can do it. But you may do it for a few games.
It's better if you swap out a manager during the offseason. It's better to change a manager and the whole coaching staff during the offseason. Because, yes, the problem is whatever the game strategy and philosophy, because it's like they'll say one thing behind closed doors, but then the players get out on the field and they'll divert back to just one pitch outs and swinging wildly at everything. And it's like, you gotta have the feel of the game too. You gotta be able to see what's in front of you and react accordingly. You can't just rely on what the computers were saying.
Right. And again, they're saying, Boone has to chill and Boone has to. You don't know what goes on. Even Michael Kay was saying that yesterday and Friday on his show. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You just don't know what he's saying. Now, it's very possible that they have the Ziploc on him. I don't know. But what we do know is if you get rid of Boone right now, the only person that makes any sense would be Brad Osmus because he's there every day.
Right.
And you're going to put that guy in a position where he may want to be a manager again. And if he's constrained to doing what they want him to do, and it fails, he's not going to get a manager's job because they're going to think, oh my God, he couldn't do it with the Yankees. He's not going to do it with us.
Right.
So there's a lot to consider right now, guys. Get it through the head.
Right. And then here's the other thing.
Right. Go ahead.
The one thing that I really applaud Boone with and for, he sticks up for his players.
Right.
And he's not afraid to get in. Yeah, to a fault. He sticks up to his players. But then you see Judge and other guys in the locker room. They stick up for Boone. They don't trash Boone behind Boone's back. And that's one thing I like about how the Yankees operate. Man, between the front, whatever, but they take care of stuff behind closed doors. But when they're out and the press is asking questions, they're a unified front.
Correct. Good morning, Razzle. How you doing? Well, waiting in the wings right now is Nitin from NR Media, and he's going to give his take on how he feels about some of these questions and answers that are going around. So let's bring him up, guys. There he is. How you doing? Good morning. Nitin. Happy Sunday to you and your family. How you doing?
Good morning, Joe, Sean, the chat.
Good morning.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Doing all right.
Yeah. Let's go Yankees. Finally, big win yesterday. And what do you call it? Luis Hill looked good with 7 strikeouts, and that's what we needed from him. What's up, Bill? What's up, Joseph, Charles? And the offense came up clutch. What do you call?
You mean Trent Bonds?
Yeah, Trent Grisham.
Trent Bonds. I know you got this new thing with Trent Bonds.
Yeah,
do you agree that if you fire Boone right now, it's going to be more mayhem than good for the Yankees, unless possibly it's Brad Amos that's already in the dugout? What are your feelings on that?
To be honest, I think they should let Boone finish the season. There's no point of firing Boone now. I think they should just let it ride out and then let him manage because and then start fresh during the off season when the season's over. But we're still in the playoff race. I still feel confident in this team that they can make the playoffs. Obviously, they're not going to win the division. But anything can happen. Any collapses happen all the time, so you never know. But as of now, we're in the wild card race. So I feel confident. They just need to keep winning games and then get the confidence back. But I think they should just keep Boone to the end of the season.
Totally agree. Anybody want to chime in on that?
I concur with Nathan. Just keep him for the rest of the season. And then you make a decision in December.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have to let Boone manage the way he wants the rest of the way, or else how are you going to know what he's really about? You don't know.
Yeah, FJ brings up a really good point that we really haven't discussed on, and that is the momentum, the power that Luis Hill gave us yesterday. He didn't panic.
No.
He pitched really well. And he was going after those hitters, and kudos to him about that. And that's a very, very good sign. If he's not afraid of big bad Astros, then he's not afraid of anybody.
Well, no,
too. Some of those pitches.
He's always kind of been like that as his pitching. Like he gave me when he first came up, he gave me some of that Pedro vibes. And when he's on the mound, he pitches hard, and he's not afraid to attack you, and that's what I mean. And hopefully he can build up that stamina where he can give 6, 7, 8 innings a start. But I'll tell you what I just like to have that he can attack players, and pitchers, and he's got electric stuff too. Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Richard says, when you miss your ace for a whole season and one of your big hitters missing a ton of games, and then the other one gets hurt down the stretch, Judge. How can you blame the manager? Well, yeah, but Richard, I mean, it's the bullpen decisions that people are really annoyed at. There are, and you can't defend that. It's true. From anybody in the media, everybody's criticizing some of those moves, and he has lost quite a few games. There was no reason the other day to bring back Williams in that situation. You don't bring Williams in like that. You know that he's struggling, and to a fault, he wants to fix it. But Williams doesn't have it in his veins right now to fix that. He needs to be in a situation a lot less stressful for him. Maybe the Yankees up 5 runs. Maybe the Yankees down 5 runs. I don't know. That we're not the manager. But one thing I can tell you is that was uncalled for. The Heat, they basically just gave the game away because they brought in a guy that doesn't have confidence right now. What good is that?
And you heard Devin.
And that.
Yeah, Devin Williams. He said it. I stink right now.
Yeah, he said it. That's right. He did. He was. Let's see. Why? Mario says, "Why did Joe get fired? The real last coach that we had. Difference of philosophies. He's not the greatest manager with veteran players, or he's just. There's a different philosophy about Joe. He's great on the mic, but he's not great in the coach.
And with Joe Girardi, his intenseness that he had as a player, he had it as a manager. And one of the things that did him in with the Yankees, he was really hard on Gary Sanchez. And Gary Sanchez went from a blooming star to a star. And it wasn't Joe's fault. I'm not blaming Joe for that.
Mm-hmm.
But Gary Sanchez couldn't really take that pressure. Right. And it's, and there was other players too. But, I mean, it was just, the Yankees decided to part ways. And that was part of the reason was him being too hard on Gary Sanchez.
Well, that and there, I'm sure there was a few more decisions and all, and
yeah.
Listen, the first year he came on, the Yanks didn't even make the playoffs. Now, I'm not putting the pressure saying that it was Girardi's fault. The team had a lot of faults on that team, way more than they do now. But, yeah. And then they came back and they won the World Championship. But they got clutch players and CeCe and Teixeira. I mean,
and he still had the core,
right? And they got some players that beats the American League East teams. See, that's where the Yankees of yesteryear were so great. They used to analyze and players they can get that beat the American League East teams, especially pitchers. And they went against that. Now they were just getting the big names, and you can't do that. You got to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, well, let's see. Nitin is pitching today. He beats the Red Sox. He beats the Blue Jays. He beats the Orioles. Let's get this guy. And they were doing a great job like that. And then all of a sudden it went wacko. They didn't do that anymore. And that is so important. You can get the greatest pitcher in the world. If he can't beat, look at Randy Johnson. He did one good thing for the Yankees. He beat the Red Sox every game. Every game. But he couldn't beat anybody else. But I guess they went with the philosophy that he could beat the Red Sox. They were hot at the time. But that's all he did. The Tigers creamed him, and the Tigers weren't that great at that point.
Plus, when Randy came over, he was already near 40. He was at the end of his career.
Yeah.
Well, they figured they do a retro because of Clemens.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's different, man. Clemens, he could have pitched till he was 55, really.
Speaking of Roger Clemens, he'll be at Woodbridge Brewing Company today.
Oh, yeah, it's today. Right.
Oh, yeah.
So he was obviously he was at Old Timers yesterday, and then he'll be at Woodbridge today.
And he had some good takes. I got to go back and listen to the interview that he had with Meredith.
Yeah,
he
Meredith.
had some great views, and I want to go and listen to that. And he was spot on. He was real. The one I know because obviously it's the age, but broke my heart. I don't know if you guys got to see Greg Nettles.
Oh, he was interviewed by Meredith.
What was that?
Was he interviewed by Meredith?
No, at least I didn't see it, but he could barely walk. He needed two people to walk with him, and I know he's 81 years old, and but that was sad to see. But I'll tell you who looks great, ready to play the outfield is Roy White. That man never changes.
Man,
he
you
is
imagine that?
amazing. God bless him. He looks like he's ready to go play left field again. And believe me, I wouldn't mind. He may not have had the greatest arm, but he was a darn good outfielder, man. Darn good outfielder. And, so there's like someone, guys, we were bringing up a little bit about the Mets. I mean, what is going on with that team? What happened? What happened to that team? They're doing this. They get Soto. They get this one. They get that one. What happened to that team, guys?
Oh, I haven't really seen the games to really know what's going on with them. But I could tell you one thing: if their chemistry is off between players, and that's probably what it is. It's just they're not all clicking.
And also in my opinion, they don't have a leader right now. No one's speaking. I thought Pete Alonso was that leader. Obviously, Juan Soto's not a leader. He's also himself. And I thought Pete Alonso was that leader for the Mets, and I'm surprised that he hasn't spoken up recently here. But they have something has changed in that building too. And Carlos Mendoza, everybody's starting to lower their expectations on Mendoza as a manager now, and something hasn't changed there, and they're stuck with Juan Soto for 15 years, and if Juan Soto is going to act like this, I don't know what's gonna this team is a joke. I mean, Juan Soto is a joke, but this team is starting to there's a leader has to step up. I think it's Pete Alonso has to step up here.
Either Alonso or Lindor are gonna have to step up. Those are the two people I see being leaders.
They just don't know. I don't think they know their roles. I mean, last year it seemed like they knew how to play together. This year it looks like everything is just falling apart for them, and it's not what you want to see, of course, because we want to see them do well too. But I think Mendoza, I don't think he's making some great bullpen decisions. I mean, he has Helsley now, he has Diaz, and he keeps using the other guys, kind of like Boone. It's some of the same stuff. But
I did notice one thing that scratched my head yesterday. Why did he bring in the closer in like the 6 2/3 innings or the 7th inning? That made no sense. Although I guess they're relying on Diaz. But why? I mean, this is one of the best closers in baseball. Yeah. What is he doing?
I don't know. It's confusing, but
look, we got like three people that could be closers anywhere else on our thing, thanks to the deadline. We got 3 of them in that deadline, and we finally got rid of. Well, I mean, we demoted Williams back down to whatever role we need you. But I mean, Duvall can close. Bednar can close. Weaver can close. And even Bird, to a degree, he could do high level, but they're working on stuff because he's overused in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think you'll see Bird soon. I really do. Down the stretch, I think we're going to see him soon. He'll be up before September 1st. Yeah. Mario says Boone is the real winner here. Let's see this comment. Boone is the real winner here. If he ever gets fired, someone will hire him simply because he coached the New York Yankees. What do we get as fans? You're right. Listen, Boone can't lose if he gets fired. He collects the money. and he could still manage somewhere else. If he doesn't want to manage, he's going to go back in the he's going to go back into the booth, maybe ESPN or wherever he wants to go. That's what he's going to do. But
He
he
might.
is here. He's got the money. He's got everything he needs.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the thing: Boone comes from a baseball family. Him and Brett, they had great careers as players, or decent careers as players. Um, but they're and they had cushion jobs, doing baseball and whatever, commentating and analyst with networks. And so, that alone is gonna help give him stuff too. Is the fact that he comes from a family that has played ball for 3 or 4 generations.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. No, well, Richard, I mean, I'm talking like Boone has everything. I mean, yeah, the players do too. They have their money, they have their situations. I'm just talking about the guy getting fired. Players are not going to get fired. Either they get traded or released, but they're not going to get fired. I'm only talking realistically that Boone has nothing to worry about. And let's say, like I've said in past shows, let's say he decides he's getting off the no, he's not going to do the analyzation. Nothing. He's going to go through his head. If it doesn't go good, if it doesn't go well, okay, so they fire him. But he sits pretty. He's fine. He's got 2 more years on the contract. Why should he care? And he's not going off the script because he wants to manage the New York Yankees. He really does. You could see that. But it's getting to him a little bit. That's the thing. That where do you go? I mean, I want to ask you guys one thing. Out of all the years that Boone is managing, what year do you think the Yankees had the best team? And the same with the chat. What year did you think that the Yankees, was it the year of the cheating or now or last year? I'd like to see the views of everyone. What team was almost the perfect team for Boone to take that next step? Let's start with Evan. Go ahead.
For me, it was last year, 100% last year. Last year was our best chance.
With 2 basic hitters.
Well,
And we had
and Gleyber Torres towards the end.
We have to remember that Volpe he had a really good start to the season last year. He was hitting over 300. Gleyber Torres, he evolved into the leadoff role. Rizzo wasn't so good, but I mean, we could have had other options too. If we had more options, left field, first base, we could have been more of a complete team. But yeah, we had the ability to win it all last year if it wasn't for the fundamentals and Boone making some bad bullpen decisions.
Right, but again, in all fairness, he went in -2 players. He had no left fielder and he had no first baseman.
That's fine. That's fine.
We had holes, but we had the 3 Titans in our lineup that made up for some of the holes that we had. The problem was, like Evan said, toward the end, we just kind of and beat ourselves in the World Series.
Yeah.
D-Train says Boone can't manage. Analytics is managing for him. Well, regardless if he's managing for him, analytics is playing a big part of the New York Yankees. That is without a doubt.
No, and the other year that we had, I think that we had a person. Well, maybe there's 2 others that came to mind besides last year. Was 2022. Judge hit 62. We had a pretty great team. We just kind of like started. We got really tired, and then we got swept in the ALCS. But the other one would have been 2019.
The year of the garbage cans.
Well, that was 2017, the year of the garbage can. But yeah.
Okay, I got.
But 2019, we just had everything, and then it all ended with Aroldis Chapman serving up a meatball.
Yeah, but I don't think we had the pitching. We didn't have an ace on that team.
Yeah, and they knew. They definitely knew what was coming. There was no question about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
He definitely knew what was coming. He had something going on, whatever. In his remember when he came over home plate and they ripped his shirt off. He was going crazy and he ran back into the dugout because he was wired.
Mm-hmm.
and
hmm
they couldn't prove that. He said he had a tattoo that he was embarrassed about. Give me a break. That's
yeah,
the thing that really. That's how you have no respect for that guy. How
yeah,
do you say that? Oh, there was a tattoo that I don't like and my wife didn't like, and we're covering it up. Give me a break, please.
Yeah.
They're insulting everybody's intelligence and all of that. Just admit it. You cheated. End of story. Prove you didn't.
yeah.
But
But I mean,
I don't
but
want to
what
go
I'm
back
saying,
100 years. I mean, it's done. They cheated.
yeah.
They won. They should not have the championship. They should take that championship away. Period.
Oh yeah. But
And every round robin, they should have had a round robin to do it again and have a series maybe between the Yankees and the Astros in a different area. I don't care if it was Japan, but that should have been done. If we had a really good commissioner, that would have happened. Because that is always going to be questioned. They cheated. They know they cheated, and that's it. And they got away with it. And it was disgusting. It was bad for baseball. It was bad all around. And I'll never forget a press conference that they had that the Astros had, and basically they didn't admit it, but they didn't say no to it. So what is that telling you? Come on. The players should have been suspended for at least a year, at least, if not 2. I mean, is that fair? That Altuve knew exactly what was coming. Is that however they did it, Carlos Beltran, he admitted it. He admitted it. No, I'm not sounding like Cashman right now. I'm telling the truth as analyzing that. We all know they cheated, but to go back on that, it's over with. It could have been held differently. It could have been
Right.
done differently, but it wasn't. So that's it. Hey, listen, the Dodgers aren't exactly happy about that. But they went on and they won another World Series. So whatever. But I'm just saying I will never acknowledge that World Series for Houston. And I'm very fair, but I won't acknowledge that championship at all. At all. Because that was phony. And Richard's saying, didn't the Yankees cheat with steroids? Well, did they did if they did cheat, it was I don't want to mention any names, but it was a 1 year and that guy got what was coming to him.
Yeah.
Can you honestly tell me a guy like Paul O'Neill, Bernie Williams, and Scott Brocious and Tino Martinez, that era cheated? No, it
Nope.
was one person, and I won't mention the names. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And he made the Yankee team look horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, he hit 696 career home runs, but yeah. But he's a selfish guy all around.
Oh yeah, definitely. But and Lou says steroids saved baseball. Yeah, because it was a dying sport, and they needed somebody. They needed some hitting, and that's what they did. That doesn't make it right. That does not make it right.
Especially after the strike. At the end, after the strike, you had 2 things that helped baseball kind of recover from it, and then one, it was Ripken passing Gary on the career consecutive game streak, and then the
Yeah.
other was the 98 baseball, the 98 home run race between Sosa and McGuire.
Yeah, and do you really quote unquote say that Bonds really holds the record?
No, I still think you should have an asterisk on it. Just like with Sosa having 360 home run seasons, it should have an asterisk next to it.
Yeah, well, I agree 100%, but that's for, I guess, another show. That whatever happened in 2017, 19, and all of that, and the bonds and all of that is done. Right now, the main concern is how do we get the Yankees in the playoffs?
Yeah, I don't know why we're talking about the past.
Right.
Let's save this for another show. That's why I haven't said anything, because I wanted to see how long this would go on. Because
Right.
I don't. Let's just talk about this year's team, please.
So, bottom line is, how do we get the Yankees into the playoffs?
Winning.
Winning games, Joe. That's it. 45 games left. You gotta start winning games. They gotta win the next 35 out of the. In my opinion, they have to at least win probably like 35 more games.
Yeah, but you got to play complete baseball. You got to complete sound team baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Hit and run.
Winning streak, Razel. It's plain and simple. Winning streak.
Yeah.
You got to win your games.
You got to win your game, but yeah, we got to do it. We got to do the small things. We got to do the, don't just rely on the home runs. But you gotta get on base, get the runner over, get them in. Don't have stupid mental errors.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
The way that we played yesterday, that's how you win.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, because the pitching was better, the situational hitting was better. Again, unfortunately, they left a couple of men on third base.
What
That
do you mean how? Rizal, what do you mean how? The players need to start playing better. That's it. They got to start playing better.
Okay. Razzle, yesterday was an outliner, not a standard here. Yeah. Well, hopefully today we do the same thing. Max Fried give us a great outing, and we go from there. There's no reason to lose. There's no reason why they shouldn't ream on top today. Everything is in our favor, and now go out and prove it. Let's have a big game from Aaron Judge today. Let's have a big game. Actually, Ryan McMahon is due, and that's what we need. And they get by today's game, I think the Yankees are going to be in a different situation, because they have 3 against Minnesota, which we'll talk about on the post-game show later on. So, I mean, again, that's what has to happen, period. Yesterday was a start, hopefully, of something really nice, really wonderful for this Yankee team. Maybe seeing and talking with all of those, the older players, the old timers and all. You never know what sparks in people's minds. And you know what I really liked, and more players should have been out there. How about some of the Yankees players watching in like, wow, this was the Paul O'Neills, this was the Mickey Rivers, the Roger Clemens, people like that, Tino Martinez, and I really believe the whole Yankee team, like they used to do years ago, a few years back, every Yankee player was on that bench. When Joe Torre was managing the Yankees, old timers day, go take a look at the films. Almost every Yankee was in that bench watching and asking questions. And it was great. You did see like a Max Fried talking to Guidry, Max Fried talking to this one, Andy Pettitte talking to that one. That's what it's all about. That's Yankee history.
Oh yeah. I mean, you remember the days with Yogi? There were times even outside of the old timers day, there would be times in the games, and then you scan in there, and you got Yogi, and you got Zimmer, and you got Joe Torre. But the players are like around Yogi, like picking. You see Jeter and Posada having long conversations with Yogi, and it that's just a part of that whole Yankee history and Yankee tradition. You know.
Yeah, Derek Jeter. One of his mentors, a person he loved was Yogi Berra and Don Zimmer. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they were inseparable. I mean, the funny stuff that they used to do. Zim came out with the army hat one day because
Yeah.
a foul ball went his way. So it was like it was totally different. But
Mm-hmm.
and I was surprised with the All Star with the Old Timers game. Maybe it was recommendation, but there was no sign of Boone, and I thought for sure he was part of the festivities. I don't know what happened there, unless they just decided, we not to bring him out for a few reasons. I don't know why, but and that would have been kind of cruel though in a really nice old timers day like that, just to start booing him. It would make no sense that he's got to stay back because everybody was going to boo him. He's still your manager. He's still part of the team. And remember, he brought us into the World Series in 2003 with one
Yep.
shot, and
One
everybody
shot.
got to remember that.
Yeah, I mean that's all it takes is one swing of the bat.
And the reason why they lost that series in 2003 is very simple. They were exhausted. The Red Sox
Mm-hmm.
was to the limit,
Oh
complete
yeah.
limit. Mariano was gassed. If you
Mm-hmm.
saw the celebration, that guy was laying on the floor. He couldn't throw another pitch. He shouldn't have for about 3 days. But the World Series started what the night? What the
Two
night?
days.
2
2
days.
days later.
Yes. And that wasn't, and I'm not making excuses for the Yankees to lose, but you remember that first game, they were out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. And
And
the Marlins were a pesky team. I mean, they
well,
had a
they were a
young,
good team
speedy
too.
Miguel.
They
Mickey
had,
Cabrera was a young, speedy guy back
right.
then.
Yeah.
No, everybody they had on that team was clutch. Forget it. They earned, they did earn it, but no
Mhm.
excuses. But the Yankees were gassed. The Red Sox gave them every bit of hell that they could use, and they, yeah, that was the one year Razzle Dontrell was really really good. It
Yeah.
was like the only time because then he was a punching bag. I mean,
Mhm.
you could hit him very very hard.
Yep. That's
No
true.
question about it. It's
Yeah.
look, when you're meant to win, you're going to win. When you're meant to lose, you're going to lose.
Yep.
It's like the lottery tickets. You never play a
Tragic.
lottery,
Keep tragic.
right? You never play, but you're in a store. You need change, and the store owner go, how many times I've heard this, and it's true. You need change. Well, you got to buy something. And said, why don't you buy that ticket over there? They scratch it off and they win $3 million.
Mhm.
It's all about luck. You need a little luck in sports. It can't always be that you're fantastic. You need that little luck. You need that blooper. You need anything to go your way. So far, the Yankees haven't had that luck, but still 45 games to show some magic. And I think
Yeah.
they do. There is something about this team that maybe something's going to explode. And that's what I'm holding on to. I want to believe that they're gonna. I don't care first place or not. I don't care. Let's get into the playoffs. But I want to get into the playoffs looking good. I don't want to be embarrassed because that would be the worst thing. And if they get in the playoffs like that, will the New York Yankee ownership turn around and say, well, we made the playoffs. We don't have to go too crazy in the offseason. You want
Um.
you want to show some pride. You want to show that you're going in there, trying every little bit of winning you possibly can. And I
Guys.
think today starts.
Yeah. Joe,
Yeah.
I'm trying to look out here, but guys, I told you we totally already know bashing each other in the chat.
All right. Well, put him on timeout.
See, Wolverine's saying, "Why isn't Mr. May even here?" And then I deleted his other comment. So
Okay. Yeah. Anybody, please, why? I mean, there's no reason to bash anybody. There is no reason for that, guys. I keep telling you, I'm really a good guy. I try to keep everybody here. But if you continue to do it, and we have a content of somebody on our panel complaining about it, then I have to put you either on timeout or you're not going to come back to the show. Please don't put me in that position. You know I care about each and every one of you. There's no reason for it. Everybody has a saying. Everybody has a mouth. If you want to say what you want to say, fine, but keep it clean. And remember, we do have young people that are listening to this show. You know, maybe, I don't know, maybe you feel that other people will allow you to say things. We don't like that. We're more of a family. We are a family atmosphere, and we've got to keep what we're doing. We won't tolerate it. We won't. We have a demographics of 13, actually 11 to 13, and that's 11% of the audience. And I am not going to risk losing that because you have to say, you have to bash somebody or say a curse word. It doesn't make any sense, and it's not fair to us that are trying to give you the best information. We're giving you wonderful shows, a lot of guests, ex-Yankees coming on, and why we can't get a lot of Yankees, everyone, is because MLB will not allow it. MLB with podcasts and all of that, they are restricted, so it's very, very hard. The only way they come on is to their own networks and stuff like that. But there's a lot of policies that go into that. So please, yep. we would just appreciate, you could say what you feel, but please keep it in the right content. And we are watching. We do have moderators on here now. A lot more than we had even 3 days ago. So please, I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to lose you guys. And I appreciate that. So going forward, so Evan, we have the surprise that he's going to make his broadcasting play-by-play debut on Wednesday night, and we're looking forward to it. Thanks to Ken the Ugly Truth, who has given us the game on Wednesday night. So we're looking forward to that. Evan, you excited? You ready to go? Let everybody know.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm excited. It's been something that I've been planning to do for a while. I just didn't know if I was really prepared, but now I know that I'm 100% prepared and ready for the opportunity, and I'm excited. Let's do it.
So Ken and Evan, on the play-by-play on Wednesday night.
Oh, me and Joe.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Oh,
yeah.
Ken doesn't do Wednesday nights most of the time, especially when they're night games.
That's right, bowling. Yeah, that's right. He has bowling.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Mario. Of course, we do respect all the Yankee nations, and that's great. But I know we all get upset and we want to say things, but we want to say them in the right content. And you want to say fire somebody, fine. We don't have a problem with that. But I don't want to have this conversation every show, guys. It's not right to the chat. It's not right to the creators. It's not right for anybody. So let's just move forward. Let's talk about the guideline for today, everyone. Obviously, after this stream, we're going to wait for Ken the Ugly Truth who's going to do the play-by-play on the Ugly Truth channel, and he's going to come on at 1:30, and he's going to do a wonderful play-by-play. So I would suggest everybody go there, and then you'll have a little break, have some dinner, have some lunch, barbecue, whatever you like, and at 6:00 we will do the post-game recap and talk about the next series. It will be a really, really nice show, and we'll also discuss what's going to happen during the week. So there's a lot to discuss a little bit later on, and we're looking forward to it. The most important is a Yankee win. That's the most important right now. I think everybody's in agreement. Let's talk a little bit about what you feel the Yankees are going to do today. How long do you think Frieda's going to go? who's going to be the star of the game. So let's go, Sean Browning. Sean, you go first. You in the chat, say what you feel, and I will put it up there. Go ahead, Sean.
All right, so our ace, Max Fried, I think he'll go about 7 innings, and I see him getting about 7 or 8 strikeouts, but he's gonna really hold the Astros at bay. Um, and our offense, I see Judge, um, being Aaron Judge, and I see Bellinger and give me Trent Bonds as our hero.
You love that. That's cool. That's good.
That should be a hashtag now. Trent Bonds on Twitter.
Yeah.
I like that. That's excellent. So you're calling for a Yankee win.
Oh yes.
Cool.
I think we win about 6-4.
Awesome. Okay, Evan, your turn.
Yeah, I think Fried, he has a good outing today. I'll say he goes 6 innings, gives up 2 runs. I'll say 4 strikeouts and 2 walks. We're going to need him to go pretty deep today. Our offense is going to have to do work as well against this pitcher who we've never even really seen before. I really like Aaron Judge today. I think if Stanton's in the lineup, he can provide the extra protection that we need along with Bellinger. And Judge has been getting hot recently, so I like Judge hitting a home run today. And I say we win the game.
Okay. And Nitin, take it away.
I hope Fried has to go. I'm going to go Fried 8 innings, 8 or 9 strikeouts, 2 runs. 3 runs, two walks, 6-7 hits, and then my starters in the game is Aaron Judge, Grisham, Belly, and then I'm gonna put McMahon in there if he's in the lineup.
Yeah, he's been a little cold, but it's definitely time for him to break out a little bit. So yeah, I'm going 7 innings with Fried, about 7 strikeouts, maybe 2 runs, but I think he's going to hold the fort, and I do believe that Belly and Judge are going to be the keys today. That's who I feel. And if Dominguez is in the lineup, I think Dominguez is going to give us something strong. How you guys feel about Dominguez?
Oh, I think Dominguez, he's been doing fine. I mean, yes, he's not blowing us out of the water with the stats as a rookie, but he's fine. He's developing. I mean, he's still learning a new position, but she has been doing fine, except for a few plays here and there. But Dominguez has been fine. But I know a lot of people were on the hype train of him being the next Mano, and yeah, when he busted in the league, he hit a home run off of Verlander. But then he got injured. He tore his ACL or UCL, and he had to get Tommy John. So, we got to just be patient with the kid, and let him develop.
I definitely agree. I am not giving up on this man. I still believe he's going to do big things for the Yankees and big things down the line. It's going to be surprising to a lot of people, and they're going to. And I would love to hear. Wow, thank God we didn't trade Dominguez. Thank God. And I just think it's too early for that. Katie, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming. Not sure if you heard, but we will be doing a post-game show at 6 p.m. And we'll go over everything. Hopefully, a happy Yankee win, and also we'll talk about the Minnesota series and anything else that you the chat would like to talk about at that point. So, final words, everyone, as we're going into an hour and 30 minutes on the stream. Evan, go first.
Yeah, let's get a win today. Let's keep the winning streak going. The schedule gets a little bit easier coming up, but we have to take care of the Astros today and win the series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that's great. What about Sean? You?
Yeah, I think we just got to go and play our game, win the series, win this game. I know it's going to be a tough fight against the Astros, but you know, let's let's win and control what we can control, and let the rest fall into place.
Cool. Okay. And Nitin, your thoughts?
Let's go Yankees. We got our ace on the mound, so hopefully he can give us the momentum and continue start a winning streak here, and let's finish the series strong.
Yeah, and I do want to make a little note. I know one of the creators that has a show here, and he has been on our show. Jason Castillo is a little under the weather, and I would like to give a shout out to him, and hopefully he will be feeling better very soon and back to normal. So we just want to say God bless you, and we will say some prayers for you. And God bless you and your family. Get better soon, Jason. You're a good guy. Go ahead. Anybody else want to chime in before we end the stream?
Yeah, get well, Jason.
Yeah, get well. Wishing you speedy recovery, and you're the best, man. Go, everyone! Please subscribe to his channel. He does a great job. The late night show on Jason Studio. I've joined that a few times, and he's the best. So, wishing him a speedy recovery.
Okay. Well, everyone, thank you so much. Let's get ready for a good Yankee win. We will put the lineup on NY Yankee Mania as soon as it comes out. Remember to go to Ken's The Ugly Truths channel, and you'll have a really good play-by-play. Then with a little bit of time after the game, we will see you at 6 p.m. For our post-game, which should be good because we're hoping for a big win. And if not, then everybody's going to be ranting and raving again, and I'll be ready for it. But I don't want to rant and rave. I want to win. Win, win, win. That's what it's all about. So God bless you all, everyone. God bless America, your families. Spend quality time with your grandkids, your kids, grandma, grandpa, you name it. Please do that and always tell everybody you love them. Stay in touch, everyone. Please be safe. Let's go Yankees. Have a great morning, everyone. We will see you at 6 p.m. with NY Yankee Mania. Go Yankees. I don't care if you win by 1 run or 50,000 runs. Let's do it. Take care, everybody. See you later.
See you guys.